You know, I'm always happy when I'm pleasantly surprised. It don't happen a bunch of times, but in this instance, I can say I don't have too many complaints. Welcome back, y'all, to the DeAndre Way. I am your host, of course, DeAndre. Thank you for making your way to my channel. If you like this video, make sure to like this video, comment, and subscribe. We almost at 2K, and we on the way. But with no further introduction, we are going to go over the new released on Netflix film, Hitman, the 2023 release. It released in 2023, but 2024, whichever we want to call it. Um, this movie that just came out on Netflix about a week ago ish. I didn't see it in theaters. I just saw it today. They've been posting it all over New York, so I was like, I might as well catch the movie and see what's really going down. Uh, the cover caught my attention. I was like, let me check it out. It keep popping up on my screen. You know those shows that keep popping up, popping up, popping up, and you just say, I'll get to it, get to it. Well, I finally made a chance to get to it, and I was at the beginning I was a little worried. I was like, this seems like another typical, basic plot comedy cop detective movie. But to my surprise, it was a little different. It was a little different. I've never watched a movie about. I've watched some Hitman movies and whatnot. Um, Not really as generic as this one, but it was good. I really enjoyed it. The pacing of the movie, it, pacing was in and out, but overall, it wasn't too long, wasn't too short. Got the details in and out of it. The acting was good, and I like the little just sprinkles they threw in there with other things and whatnot. And the ending, I haven't really seen an ending like that specifically wise before. So the ending caught me by surprise in a good way because I was predicting one thing and then a different thing happened. And yeah, so this film was directed, or sorry, this film was written by, produced, and starred Glenn Powell. He's the main dude, the man with the plan. If you don't know who that is, he was. Look, you've seen him before. He's a familiar face. I didn't know crazy a bunch about him, but he did movies like Spy Kids 3D way back in 2003, Fast Food Nation, and Screen Queens. Only one I watched is Spy Kids, and he was probably a little kid during that movie. So, but he did a good job. He did a good job. Good leading man for the movie. Took everything believable. Was a great hitman. I thought it was going to be kind of bland, but he actually had a lot of depth in his character, and everybody else just rolled on with him. So I think the funniest part I think about the movie to me was that they embraced stereotypes for the people, for the characters. Like, I ain't gonna call it sassy black lady, but the other woman who was playing the black woman, Retta, she was hilarious. She played her part really well as his co-lead, Adria Arjona. Beautiful. She definitely was like, she had me convinced. She had me convinced that she was just this like lost damsel, and she really didn't know what was going on. Well, she really didn't know what was going on for the most part, but she kind of caught on. I thought she really was the real hitman like the whole time. Like she was really out there killing a bunch of people, but she was kind of innocent except for the ending and the whole thing. And then Austin Amello, who played the anti-hero to an extent, like the good cop gone bad per se. He played that ending to a T. I'm gonna give him that. I wasn't the whole movie. I was like, this dude is just like whatever. But the ending grounded everything out for this man, and yeah, I was waiting for the whole time. I thought people were gonna get shot, lit up, electrocuted, the whole nine. But nah, it was just he was the only one I think who actually, well, you seen die on camera. You didn't even see the husband die who got shot, but yeah, the actors did amazing. I can see why they put so much promotion into this movie and whatnot, and why it did so well at the film festival in Venice, and why they, have been doing well. But the plot of the guy being a teacher, Gary Johnson being a teacher, and then working undercover with the police department, I wonder if that's a real thing. Like teachers actually working with the cops. Well, that might be why some high school students be getting, They name dropped once they outside of class and they be getting caught up because the teacher's really undercover. I don't know if that's a real thing, but that's a nice take. That's a nice take. He's not really. It's funny because the part of the movie when he were at the shooting range and he brought the target all the way close. He was like, really, I'm not. I don't shoot guns. I don't know what I'm doing. So I need it this close to shoot. I thought he was just joking and getting his Mac on, but he was for real. Like, you don't want to see me shoot this gun from far away because I ain't been to the shooting range either. But that was funny. And the whole little cop squad and then the boss, they all had good chemistry together. I thought that was good. I don't work in the police force, so I don't know if they really have it that lax in the detection and all that, but they played that. They played that nice. And then his alter ego Ron, when he falls in love with this girl. See, that was the part where I was like, okay, here we go, because we get another generic love story. Falls in love, and he throws everything to the wayside, which he damn near did, but he was able to twist it. They altered it a little bit. The original ending to this type of story would be he finds the girl that he's supposed to get arrested, instead falls in love, and they end up killing all their allies, or he completely goes AWOL and has to choose between his friends or his girl. But in the end, he got the best of both worlds. He got to kill that one dude that he didn't like, keep the girl, keep his job, or get a new job, which we didn't. I mean, the job, I think we pretty much he kept his job, didn't get arrested. Like, I was like, dang, nothing bad happened to this dude. Nothing bad happened. He didn't lose no family members. He didn't lose no friends. Like, everything was good. The other ex-husband got killed. I was like, this got to be too good to be true. Because usually you lose something. But he didn't lose the thing. I mean, that's how slick he was, I guess. So kudos to Ron or Gary, whichever you want to call it. What I really like, pay attention to these movies is like the sub characters, like mainly the characters who were hiring the hitman, who he was having meetings with. They all played really well. I like that part where those are my favorite parts of the movie, just because we get to see more people, and I like the in-depth characters or the not so in-depth characters because you kind of make your own story about them, and they're just giving you what they can give you with their little 15 seconds. They did their thing. The teenager who wanted to kill his mom, I thought that was hilarious. Um, the I can't remember all of them, but the teenager one stuck out to me. But all those people, that was a nice little touch into it. It went a little slow at times in the middle when I mean, the sex scenes it was on a crack, and I didn't know she was a freak like that. You know, I'm curious. You know, I've done a scene like that in one time in the past, and you know, I didn't know that she was gonna be hitting on a cracking like that. And then the plots is with the husband or ex-husband, whichever you want to call it. I don't know if they had a divorce yet. You know, I was ready to see a little bit more. When you got scenes like that, they put those at the right exact time. Like right when you kind of like, getting a little woozy in your chair and you're like, maybe I don't know this movie. They pop it real quick. Boom. Let's get it cracking. Same time. I think it was like two or three of those scenes. And she was a freak with a leash and a harness and whatever else she had in the bedroom. Yeah. I like how they put that on her. Man, she need to do more movies and characters like that because she played that to a T. Get her on Euphoria, coach. Um, but yeah, he falls in love with this girl, and you know he basically gets her out of the mess that she's in by killing her husband. Now, I think the best part of the movie, which I was really impressed by, was when he came back to her house after they found out that she was a main suspect, and he had on his phone what to tell her, and she had to say whatever that was on. What the answer to basically was on the phone, but he was talking to her differently. So she had to pay attention to what he was saying, respond in the correct way, read that, comprehend it, get it all through. I don't think I've seen that before. I don't think I've seen that before. I've seen it maybe once. I can't remember the movie, but that was a nice touch because that one lasted about 5 to 7 minutes, and that was the best scene of the whole movie, in my opinion, because it was like the suspense, the thrill. I kept thinking at the end she was gonna mess up, she was gonna slip, they was gonna bust in, she was gonna get arrested or something. He was gonna go, you know, turncoat and start blasting all his allies, and then they're gonna flee the country and something like that. Like I thought it was gonna be some Grand Theft Auto up in here, but they took care of business, and old dude came back, and I just want to know. I don't think they really got into detail how he ended up showing up to her place and finding everything out. That part was the only part that it really didn't connect the dots, unless I missed that. Because I was just surprised to see. It was like, how did you know? Did you have like a camera inside and you saw what they were doing? I mean, he said he knew the whole time, but I think if they would have added like a little scene in there to kind of like, or flashback to put things together, that would have helped it out for me. Because all of a sudden you just get back and the other, what's his name? What is the guy's name? Austin Amarella, the guy who he's playing. He just pops up. I'm like, what's up? And then I wish we got to see her put the drugs in his drink. Because I didn't know I mean, what kind of drugs was it? Like, there's blank holes, like her having the drugs, and which, is she a dealer or something like that? Or what kind of prescription, like, what kind of drugs was it? First off, she just said I put drugs in his drink. I didn't know that could literally kill someone, depending on what kind of drug it was. So she must have put a lot, and how would you not notice that? You know? Um, it just happened so quick and so random to where I wish there was a little connection to that point. But other than that, I mean, everything pretty much made sense. It was easy to understand. They had two kids after, they fast forwarded a lot. And I was like, oh, this story just jumped to the ending happily ever after. Good Lord. And getting everything you want at the end of these movies is very bland to me. Like the very, very ending part, which I was like, something that just like gives a moral to the story. There was like no moral. It's like, okay, you can do it, you can finesse, and you can sabotage people and finagle things at your job, and still get everything you want, not get in no trouble. You don't lose anything. I'm just like, it got a little fairy tale-ish at the end. Some real Disney Plus, I'd say, but everything that led up to that was good. I think they could have left the postpartum of them getting away with it out of it, just because it seemed a little too good to be true. But that's of me. I'm being picky. So far, as I see, the budget was 8.8 million. The box office was 1 million as of now. They're on streaming platforms, so we'll see if they can recoup. But right now, they down a lot of money. Look, I don't know. That looked like this movie didn't look that high budget. 8 million. I guess they got to pay the actors were the high cost of the budget, but they weren't like a list except for Gary. Uh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know because I mean he got paid a lot because he was the screenplay and produced and started. But I don't know, 8 million. What was the big budget on? It wasn't really any like crazy action scenes. I don't know. I don't know, but I guess that's standard. That's standard. But dang, only 1 million back in the first weekend. I hope they can recoup their money. But the reception, they got a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes with the average rating of 8.1. I'd give it 8.5. 8.5. There was a few things, a few lulls. It had some good jokes. Not really my per se type of comedy, um, but I laughed a lot at the sex scenes and whatnot, and then the extra character scenes. But eh, it was quality. I would recommend this movie. It was entertaining per se, and critics mostly like it. Some people giving 4 out of 4 stars. The Washington Post said this one of this year's best films. Mm, uh, I'll give him that for now. For now, it's only June still, and yeah, people seem to like this movie, and the promotion was good. It was a very safe film. It was based on a real story, or loosely based on a real story, and it says Netflix acquired the distribution rights to the film for $20 million at the TIFF, making it the largest film deal of the festival. Theatrical release, and they got this on streaming quick, like 2 weeks after it went into theaters. So I don't know if just because the box office wasn't doing well, and they're like, we got to hurry up, because usually it's 3 weeks at minimum that they stay in theaters and then they go to streaming and then they maybe take a break before they get to stream. Like that was quick. Like I remember them promote this movie. I remember hearing about the red carpet and then all of a sudden it's on Netflix. I was like, oh, I thought this movie was still in theaters. So I was confused. And TIFF is the Toronto International Film Festival. But yeah, y'all. Very very quality film. I mean, that's all I can mostly say about it per se. It was cool. I enjoyed it. Maybe put another brother in there next time. But other than that, y'all, go check out Hitman. Quality movie. Pretty cool watch if you just chilling, got an hour and a half, 2 hours to spare, want to watch something that'll make you think a little bit. A little fantasy, like I said, but other than that, y'all, not too many complaints over here. So shout out to the film, the cast, and the crew. And y'all, till next time, peace, blessings. Check out Hitman, and have a wonderful rest of your day.